Okay, just uploading a few images from yesterday. It was my first day out at the Dereham Blues Festival, which was Friday night. Got a few images, got a few from the outside of the pub that I was in, and it's Saturday now, so we're going to go and look at some bands for the afternoon. I'm just uploading a load of pictures to my phone just so I can put those on Instagram. Of course, we were using the X70, which is the photos that are now going down from this one. We've just done the x100F. I'll have a look at the booklet to see who's on where and make a decision where to go, and we'll catch you when we get into town. I'm on the road again. I'm on the road again. I'm on the road again. Well, my dear mother left me.
So for me, it's day 2 of the Blues Festival. I went last night, got a few pictures in the dark, and he saw one band, which was Egypt, really good. Same again, taking the x100F and the x70. So we're just going to go and get settled in. I think the first band today starts about 1 o'clock. We're in a different pub this time. Yeah, we'll get settled in and see how it goes. While I'm walking into town, I'll just put a few pictures up that we took last night.
Is this the main man?
He's in charge.
Yeah,
He's the main man.
he's in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen you on Facebook.
He didn't. I thought he might want his ear defenders, but he's like, nah. Sometimes it's too loud, isn't it? But I don't know. Their ears are a bit more sensitive. But he said, will there be loud music? He says to me, will there be loud music? And I'm like, yeah. He went, good.
Well, I'm so tired of crying, back on the road again. I'm on the road again. Well, I'm so tired of crying, back on the road again. I ain't got nobody just to call my special friend. I'm on the road again.
So, well, I wrote a few things down so it'd be easy to remember. Now, this weekend I've been out taking pictures around the Blues Festival, street pictures, so like people hanging around outside the pubs,
and inside the pubs, the bands as well. And I want to really talk about the kind of thing when, you know, you're out shooting street style of photography and you miss those shots, how it makes you feel. And to me, I wanted to just say, like, that all is part of street photography for me. Like, you can see a picture and you're like, oh yeah, I gotta try and get this guy here, that background, oh yeah, and you sort of move yourself into a position to try and get that picture, and something changes, they move, someone gets in your way, all these little different things, and then you don't quite get the picture you wanted, or you see something and think, yes, that's it, and you take the picture and you look at it and you're like, no, it didn't really work. You know, all those kind of things is street photography for me, and that's how I'm photographing around the Blues Festival. You can be taking pictures of the bands, and some pubs you go in are quite dark, so you're having a bit of a battle with the light situation there. And another pub, the band will be right near a window, or they'll be backlit by a window. There's all these little different things, and it just makes it all fun for me. And I'm trying to sort of take pictures of the bands and the people who are watching the bands, and other things that are going on all at the same time. Let's see, better refer to the notes. But I do have to say, like, when I don't get a picture, I do feel a little bit gutted. You're like, and you're thinking to yourself, that would have made a really good picture in my eyes. You know, I'm thinking that would have made a great picture, and I missed it. And I had a situation like that. I was in a pub, we were sort of just having a drink, the bands were warming up, and this guy came in, and he had jeans on, cowboy boots, and a white t-shirt, and a massive cowboy hat. And he leant at the bar and he was looking for a drink, and it wasn't overly busy, and I was doing something, I looked up and I saw him, I'm like, oh man. And so I get my camera ready, and obviously he was in the middle of being served, and what I thought would have made a good shot in my mind was if I can get behind him, and I had my x70, so it's got quite a wide lens on. I just wanted to get a picture from behind where he was kind of just, as you see in those old Western films where the old cowboys just leaned up against the bar and had their legs kind of, their feet crossed over, you know, leaning on the bar like that, and I was just from behind, I thought that would make a brilliant shot. And I just didn't get it, and I was like, yeah, I can't believe I didn't get that picture. I didn't get there in time, he moved, plus there was quite a few people in the way, so you couldn't just barge through a load of people. It wasn't packed, but there were people where I needed to get to try and get that picture. And it's things like that, and you're like, oh, I didn't get it. And I thought, maybe he'll come back in for another drink later. I mean, he did, but I was probably somewhere else and it was just way too full. And then I'm standing closer to these bands that were playing, and he walked past the door on the outside, because I think what was happening was he was a musician who was going to be playing a little set on the outside of the pub when the guys on the inside were finished. And I'm like, oh, he's coming back, so I could see him through the window. So I'm sort of in the pub, and I think, oh, I can get a shot from in the pub out, get him maybe either in the light, depends where he is when he walks past, or get like a silhouette. And he did walk past, and I got a picture, but there's people standing in the background, and it kind of, yeah, it didn't work. And you're thinking, that's 2 times I didn't get a picture. I did get a picture of him while he was playing, but it's just your standard guy playing outside of a pub like a busker would, you know, with a guitar. Not too bad, and I couldn't get really up close because everyone's watching you just go and stand right in front of it in his face, because I got a wide angle lens on. But it's just those little things where you don't quite get those pictures, but then when things come together, you're like, I can't believe I got that. Because like the same thing where that guy with the cowboy hat in the doorway, well, I was stood in the same place for quite a while, and I thought, oh, there's a bit of potential here, some people might come and go. There's lots of people with hats, and I got some silhouettes of some guy who had a trilby on, up against the window as a crowd, so I kind of just exposed for the light where the window was, so it's quite a dark picture, and then you just see this guy with a trilby hat on, and I quite like that one. And anyway, I'm standing opposite the door behind a table, and I'm thinking, oh, I'll keep an eye out for people coming and going and see if I can get any pictures. And a few people came and went, and you take a picture and you're like, I don't think that works, or they're not dressed any different, whereas some people, because it's a blues festival, they're kind of dressing up with the trilby hats and different sort of style of clothing to what they would normally wear. And this guy comes in, and he had this long coat on, and he had a hat on, but he took it off, and then he starts looking down. I think he had his program for who was playing in what pubs, where and when, and he stood in exactly half in the light, half out of the light, in the doorway, and I'm like, and I'm there, ready, and just like that. And I'm thinking, you know, it brings a smile to your face, because you're like, sometimes you get those pictures, and another time, you know, you miss everything. There's so many different things going on, and things that, you know, like the composite, it's not like well, in a way it is, because with landscape it's the light you're looking for, which constantly changes. Well, when you're shooting street, for me, the composition is constantly changing. You see someone and you're like, oh yeah, but they'll move, or they move around, or other people are moving around, people are getting in the way. It's a constantly changing composition, and you have to constantly change with it and move, and hopefully that you can move and no one else is moving in your way, and they're not moving but you need to move to get a cleaner background. All these little things. I love that. I just love that, and it's addictive. I can't stop wanting to go out looking for the next picture. Or you might be the same as me, and you know of a spot and you think, I've got one or two good pictures there, but the right subject could really make a mega picture, and that's what you keep going out looking for. So yeah, I just wanted to have a little general chat to you about those kind of things, and put a few bits of video up where I'm out shooting around the blues festival, going around some of the pubs. We're going to go back out again this afternoon. I want to see this other band, and I've never been in this little venue before. The light was terrible where they were all backlit. There was nothing lighting them up from the front, so I took a couple of pictures, but they were nothing. But then I'm standing by this doorway, and this guy comes in there. I mean, all my shots are black and white, but this guy comes in there, green Mohican. I'm like, you know, you're thinking, fantastic. Got a couple of close-ups, got some other stuff, kind of nothing spectacular, but you know, it made my day, because I went in there and I thought I'd get some pictures of this band, and that wasn't happening. And then I came out and looked down, and there's a really long corridor, and it has those glass brick walls and a doorway, and it's lit right down the other end, and I'm like, brilliant, here we go again. Got some potential here, got a few silhouettes walking in, walking out. And it's just things like that. You go somewhere, most of the time, like with most street shots, unless you're going somewhere like is a favourite spot of yours, you don't really know what you're looking for until you see it. So yeah, it went quite well. Anyway, it's possibly enough of me bantering on about all this. So we're gonna, I mean, it's still early yet, I haven't even had my breakfast, so I'm gonna have some breakfast and a coffee, and we haven't really got to head out till the afternoon when the bands are on that I want to see. So I don't want to walk around all day. I got my son coming with me, so he might be my little cameraman again today. And yeah, hopefully we'll get some other good shots. All through this video I'd have put little bits of footage up, so you'd already know that, and I'm telling you now, so it's just a waste of time me saying that bit really, but there you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed all those pictures, the band pictures, the candid people on the street pictures. Not sure whether it'll just be irregular stuff next time. Hopefully going to be back at work pretty soon, because it's been a little bit quiet. That's why I've had a lot of time to go out. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and give it a thumbs up if you like it, and also subscribe if you like it. Could do with a few followers and a few views, a few thumbs up. Put a comment down, you know, if you're into street and you have any tips you want to share them in the comments. Or if you kind of think like I do, you know, how things move around and you're always looking and different things change, you know, comment. And that, I always get back to people who comment. And we're trying to build a little community here of street photographers, so, you know, hopefully you'll have something to say. Anyway, as the saying goes, we'll do both today. So we'll say, stay sharp out there, people, and I'll see you on the streets. I think that's the new one. I use that one all the time. Yeah. See you later.